they're automatically going to think you did it or you're a part of it. If you don't have true evidence to clarify your situation, I mean, just think about how many people go to jail and they make money off of that. Companies use prison workers. There's so many companies that use prison workers to package their packages to basically defend their business. And without those prisoners, they wouldn't have so many free workers, so many people working for 30 cents a day when they know they have to pay real Americans in order to do that work. They basically used it to benefit, themselves in a sense. So the judicial system is definitely going to always be used against our people because they know that, for one, white people and other people in a sense are going to believe immediately when they see a black man in chains that they did it. You know what I'm saying? Because they believe that we're a violent group of people.
Right.
That's always been our basically, our MOs, that we're violent, we're animals,
Right.
we're monkeys, we're gorillas, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel like the judicial system is always going to be designed to keep black people enslaved because that's how they brought us here, as, put in chains and put in, crazy situations that we can't get out of other than just dying. You know what I'm saying? The only way that we can get out of those situations, they want us to die or to be tortured, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or for our own to kill us. You know what I'm saying? So for one, I feel like it was never designed to actually help us. It was never designed to actually be an honest situation. It was honestly built to make money. Everything is designed for making money. Nothing is basically designed off of, trying to help people that definitely never, they never
Yeah.
helped us in the first place. So,
Right.
I feel about it.
Um. All right. So next, I wanted to get into Biden and Kamala. So Biden is officially president. I feel like a lot of people, especially a lot of our black and brown brothers and sisters, are cheering and just acting like this is the best thing for us now. Even though I may be happy that Trump is no longer in office, I'm not. I don't know if I'm entirely ecstatic that Biden is in office. I will say though that I am happy to have Kamala as his VP, and I'm proud of her as a black woman that she accomplished this. But again, I don't know how I'm feeling. As I don't know if I'm, like I said, if I'm 1,000%, just static and happy about this. So I want to ask you, um, what does it mean for us as the black community to have Biden as our president and have Kamala, a black woman as his VP? What does that mean for us? Is this beneficial for us, or how do you see this going?
I mean, honestly, in my sense, I agree with you as far as not being so sold on Biden. And
Right.
I honestly wasn't sold on Kamala. I mean, when I've done research on what she's done, she's sent so many people
Did
up
you?
the road for weed charges and things that don't define their character today,
Right.
and they're still in jail for those same reasons. And one thing that we always notice is that when you basically are elected, most of these people that are elected, like Biden, like Kamala, they were district attorneys. And what most
Yep.
district attorneys do is basically, they control the black communities. They control the laws. They control, who gets convicted, how long you get convicted for, and they know the loopholes through the law. And I feel like with Joe Biden, even just some of the certain things he said is that if you don't vote for me, you're not black, and
Right. Yeah.
things that don't really make sense, instead of trying to come up with solutions to help our people, instead of saying things like that, like if you don't, because in a sense, like that's no different than what Trump was doing.
Exactly.
That's no different than what any racist does. You know what I'm saying? When you basically categorize people as black or anything, what a smart person would have did was not even categorize people.
Hmm.
You have to help all American people in a sense, because not only are black people need help, white people need help understanding black people.
Mm.
They need help to change their mentality on who black people really are. They've been lied to for so many years, thinking that we're animals and we're this and that, and they never even probably sat down with a black person, had lunch with them, and got to know them.
Yeah.
So half of these people are walking around here feeling entitled, raising them flags around without really understanding, why we are going through these problems, why we're dealing with this pain every day, why people are doing what they're doing. It's because nobody ever cared to even understand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So Joe Biden, in a sense, I feel like he benefited off of the black vote because he knew that it needed to be some type of change. But that doesn't mean that he's going to bring the change to us. In a sense, you can already see what he's doing with this virus and issuing 100 million shots in the first 100 days. That doesn't mean that's going to help the society or help people in general. That may hurt people more than you can actually help them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, I feel like Joe Biden, I can't call it too early on what he's going to do. But to me, in my true opinion, most of these politicians are true puppets. They don't even call the real shots. The people who make the real decisions in America, we don't even see those people.
Right.
We don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? And we don't care to know. We just care to know about the puppets, about the people that we can pinpoint and we can throw stones at, because that's what it's always been. It's always been that. And Kamala Harris, yeah, she's a black woman. And I get that. It's great for our country and it's great for our people to have somebody, but they always use one black person to
get us our attention.
Basically manipulate us too, and thinking that actually change was going to happen. We've seen what happened with Obama. He tried his best to change things and nothing really changed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 8 years of trying to change things, and what actually changed in our societies? What actually changed in our communities? Nothing. We just had some hope that it was a black man in office. But in society and behind the scenes, we don't actually see who's actually telling him yes and no on what he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's more so just like, we will only see through time. Like I hope that Joe Biden does the right thing, but we all see what most of these guys do. They just talk. They just get up there on a podium and they want to hear people clapping. And when it comes down to signing that paperwork and really changing things, these guys hesitate every time, and then they want to bring up other things to distract us, like athletes kneeling and people doing things that don't have nothing to do with true politicians and true things that's going to help our communities.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think it's all propaganda in a sense too. I think they want to manipulate us. And even with them bringing even back sports and everything right now, I think they don't want us to focus on we were just focused on marching and doing things and fighting for our people. They just took away all of that by, putting this election, putting this virus in front of our faces for us to think that that's the true problem, when our true problem is between people in America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about the situation.
And you made a lot of good points. You opened my eyes to a lot. Speaking on though, with Biden and the whole vaccine or the vaccine. What is your take on vaccines? Just period.
I mean, I think vaccines, like, if you think about vaccines in general, like the word vaccine means like that it's going to cure something, and the sicknesses that are already out here, as far as even like a common flu, they haven't even, a flu shot has never really, cured the flu. So what is a vaccine for COVID? Is it going to cure it, or is it going to just maintain it? You even think about sometimes you think about your doctor, right? They prescribe you drugs. Why do they have to continuously keep prescribing you a drug? Because they want to keep you hooked to the drug. They don't want to cure you. They want to hook you to something. It's not to help you. It's to hook you onto something, because they want you to continuously pay the health department, and they know that's what generates a lot of money in America is our health. And that's why even Obamacare and a lot of things where it was really needed, they didn't want to give that to people, because they knew if they did, then people will actually start helping themselves and getting healthy. They don't want the people to be healthy. So when you think about a vaccine, and a vaccine to be basically issued in less than a year, and that doesn't sound right, because there's certain cancers that's never been cured. There's AIDS that's never been cured. HIV's never been cured. There's bigger problems out here than just COVID taking away millions and millions of people. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I don't really trust a vaccine, because at the end of the day, they haven't shown that anything that they actually issued us has truly cured our people or helped anybody. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my opinion about it is I wouldn't take it and I'm not going to take it. And I feel like today people need to trust natural healings. You know, we need to go back to the roots of what actually healed our people. A lot of Indians, a lot of people in Africa, they had actually natural healings that actually cured certain diseases back then that people didn't even understand or didn't want to even take part in. Dr. Sebi is another guy that
Man,
actually
you beat me to it.
wanted to, you know, help people with sea moss and natural things from the earth that can help people. You know, they want to give you things that is man-made, and what man-made things do is deteriorate your soul and deteriorate your body. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on the vaccine.
I agree. You know, I was gonna bring up Dr. Sebi myself. I'm a strong believer that he was killed. I feel like he was killed because he was, you know, what Nipsey said. You know, they killed Dr. Sebi. He was teaching health, and that's my strong opinion that he was murdered because he was teaching that, and he was about to take out these doctors and everybody who's making all this money.
Right.
He was taking their money. You know, he's stopping their money because he's helping us to naturally get healthy. You know what I mean? So
Right.
for everybody listening, if you guys don't know who Dr. Sebi is, man, look him up. He was a gangster. Now he was an amazing guy. He was an amazing like the dude when it came to the holistics and the healthy natural ways of making sure we're healthy and you know we're good. So look him up if you haven't.
Right.
So next though, I wanted to ask what do you think that with this pandemic going on, I feel like um us as black people, we during this time there's a lot we can do to help ourselves. We're staying at home and not working. So what do you think that we can be doing right now to help change our communities, and what should we be doing to, you know, benefit ourselves and again benefit our community? Like what change needs to happen? What should we be doing?
I feel like in these times where you have a lot of time at home, a lot of people need to start picking up books. A lot
Mm,
of people start putting down phones and picking up books. The only way that we can ever change is if we educate ourselves.
mm-hmm.
That's what they want us to do. With all this time, we need to put more energy into educating ourselves. I try to at least read, you know, I don't read all the time, but I at least try to read a couple times a week, read a couple chapters. You know, even that helps. You know, it's not always, you're not always going to get through a book immediately, you know, but if you can get through a couple chapters a day, get through a couple things, you know, even a chapter a day helps, you know what I'm saying? Because definitely you're educating yourself with more information that you can help somebody else. And I feel like they always look down on us as far as information. You know, they don't want us to advise our people to
Yeah.
a better way. They want us to just be out here on social media with memes, laughing at our people, making fun of our people instead of educating our people. You know, there's not too many influences on this planet, even in today's times, that's actually educating anybody on anything. It's all about who shot
Right.
who's beefing with who did this, who this, who, you know what I'm saying? And that doesn't help anything. You know, you see people will go follow a meme page way faster than they'll go follow something that actually will lead them in a better direction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my whole take on that is even for the younger generation, pick up a book, man. It's cool to know things. It's cool to actually tell somebody like, no, you're wrong. I actually know the information because I read it. And this is the truth. This is what needs to be heard. This is what it is. Not if you don't know information to tell anybody any different, then you will just be getting told things the rest of your life and you might believe it.
Right.
You know, the only way you would know is if you educate yourself. So I think in these times, the more time that you have and downtime to sit at home is pick up a book, you know, and Google research as well. Things that you don't know about, there's information out there that might lead you to the truth that may help your family, may help the person you love. And, you know, and I think that's very important, you know, and that's what they put these screens and all of these phones and all these apps in front of us because they don't want us to focus on things like that no more. You know, they don't want us to be aware of the things that actually can help. And I feel like that's my whole take on that situation, on us just even dealing with this time and age right now.
Exactly. And I think that's another reason why you know I started this podcast because um our younger generation, you know, they'll look at someone like you, for example, and they'll be, he has this and that, you know, he's a rapper, this and that, you know. But to hear you on a platform like this speaking about something like, you know, about things that we're talking about, in my opinion, what